Allah connected to veneration, magnification on the messenger. The messenger is a prophet that is distinguished with receiving the message, and there are many messengers, and no one has attained his station. In the message, he said in a narration, a messenger previously was sent to his people in specific, and I was sent to humanity in its entirety. And he said, surely I am with Allah, the seal of all messengers, while Adam was still cast down in his earth. I was a prophet while Adam was between water and earth, meaning the spirit had not been breathed into him, blown into him. So his messenger goes to all of the worlds and all of the creation. His message goes to animals, inanimate objects, plants. He said, I know a stone that used to greet me with salams prior to my message, my mission, and I know it now. He said, prior to the time of an-nubuwwah and a risala, prior to revelation being revealed to him. And he said the palm trunk that was a pillar in the masjid cried for him, and trees responded to his summons, and they went wherever the Mukhtar, the Prophet ﷺ, ordered them. And a lizard and a gazelle proclaimed their faith in him. And the Muslims over the various ages and from the means of transportation they had were camels, and they would travel to Al-Madinah on camels typically. And it was well known and famous among them that when the camels got close to Al-Madinah and saw its light, they would quicken their pace, and they wouldn't need anyone to drive them. And they would walk fast, quickly, until they would kneel close to the dome, the green dome. And this was well known among the Muslims. And also those who rode those camels, they had hearts with love and faith that they would cry when they saw the sanctuary of the Prophet, the noble sanctuary and the green dome of the Prophet ﷺ. And one described this state of the state of these animals. He said, this is the joy of lovers. Don't you see how they stretch their steps, take longer strides? They run even though they, and actually he said, and I'm correcting myself, and actually, rather you would see their tears flow. He said, didn't you see these camels before you? Don't you feel? Don't you perceive? And in the past centuries surrounding the mosque, they would not raise their homes higher than the dome of the Prophet ﷺ. So when people came from the desert, they would see the green dome above all of the houses of Al-Madinah, and they would not raise their their homes above it. So the poet said, if you don't experience the ecstasy like these camels, you have not traveled the path of love. He said, so that this person who doesn't have a love, that the signs of it show. And he said, someone who doesn't experience this love, people divorce themselves from him because he's not realized in these truths, these realities of love, the ecstasy of love. He said, someone who didn't have this love, I would divorce myself from him, even if that was an imam. And if he gave me salams, I wouldn't greet. And he said, someone who doesn't have a drink of love, I see them as a thief. And he said, and in love is the death of nobles. He said, if you don't have this ecstasy, you're a liar about the path of love. And that valley of Aqiq we see it, and there is the green dome, and in it is the beloved. And bliss has come from every direction. He said, oh, my soul, experience this, because there's no veil between you and the beloved. He has the highest of stations, honor. He has the eternal nobility and virtues, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So Imam al-Haddad says that these salat be upon the messenger. These salat be upon the messenger. And it's written on the legs of Allah's throne, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. He is a messenger above all messengers. Allah said, we have preferred some of those messengers above the others. He is a messenger that's not unlike other messengers. A human being that's not unlike other humans. And he has an image that's not unlike other, he has a form that no other form resembles, a spirit that no other spirits resemble. From Adam and Hawa until now, no one has had a birth like him. He came out of the womb of his mother, prostrating with light that you could see the palaces of the city of Busra in Syria, and the necks of the camels. And he was born circumcised with his umbilical cord cut. And there's no birth like his birth, nor no youth like his youth. And he was made a prophet, and there's no one like him, and a messenger, and no messenger like him. Glory to the one who distinguished him. He attained the station of perfection. No one dwells in his station there. He was the inviter to the straightest of paths. And he summoned to the station of Islam with a weighty word. He denied every transgressor. And he summoned, and he said, those who disbelieved were humiliated. May Allah give us to drink from his drink, grant us his nearness, give us the favor of the reality of love of him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Imam al-Haddad said, then prayers upon him that is distinguished, that is magnified, that mercy with veneration, magnification. Allah sent salah upon him and he ordered the angels and ayyaha, he said, ayyuha al-mu'minun, do it. He said, then prayers upon the Rasul. From the salah that Allah gave him is he made him the first creature. His light is the first creature. Absolutely. He said he created the light of Prophet Muhammad, and then from that stemmed the rest of creatures. And this is a station that no one else resembles him in. And it comes in hadith from some of the prophets, our masters of prophets, in the nightly journey. They said, Assalamu alaikum al first, Assalamu alaikum al last, Assalamu alaikum al inward, Assalamu alaikum al outward. Even if you came later into the seen realm, your spirit preceded them. So even if he came last on this earth, he is given preference or precedence. So then he said, then prayers upon the messenger, salah upon the messenger, the best of humanity, or you could say the best of the creation rather, the first, the last, inward and outwardly. And he said the best of creation from the tribe of Mudar, meaning that Mudar is one of his ancestors. He's Muhammad bin Abdul bin Hashim bin Hakim bin Murrah bin Ka'b bin Layth bin Ghalib bin Fihr bin Malik bin Nadar bin Kinana bin Khuzaimah bin Mudrika bin Ilyas bin Mudar bin Nizar bin up to Mudar. So those that are attributed, that are descend from Kinan, they go to Kinan. So from An-Nadar goes down to Quraysh. And those that are above An-Nadar go to our Kinani. And then those that connect to his lineage from higher than that are called Adnani. So he would list his lineage, his genealogy to the forefather Adnan. And there's about 30 unknown grandfathers between Adnan and Ismail. We know that it connects, and then after Ibrahim, it connects, and there are prophets from his forefathers prior to Ibrahim, and Hud is front of them. And we know that his lineage goes to Nuh. However, there are many generations that are unknown. And they would say the genealogist lied. So we know a number of these forefathers, but there are gaps that are unknown. Adam had 21 sons and 20 daughters. Rawha, she had 20 pregnancies in each time, a male and a female, except Seth, Sheath, was by himself. And excuse me, the stream has paused. Hopefully it'll come back soon. He listed the lineage of the Prophet ﷺ. I tried to keep up with him. If I got lost, I don't want to misrepresent. He will find it in his book, The Glorious Treasure. So Sheath, the son of Adam. Seth, the son of Adam. So they were 20 that each married 20. So it was forbidden for them that one of them married their twin. However, the male in the first could marry the female that was born in the second time, and the reverse. So all of them, humanity came from on the surface of this earth. He created And Allah said He created all of you from a single soul, and from it created His mate, and from them spread many men and women. From those two spread many men and women. So he said, so the Prophet ﷺ, from his lineage, there were the Qurayshis, Kinanis, Adanis, and then Allah chose each of his forefathers and mothers, and He chose his mother and father, Abdullah and Amina. He chose the forefathers of the Prophet ﷺ from each generation until they came from to Abdullah and Amina. He had pure and noble people from whom he was born all the way. He said he continued to be transmitted through noble loins to pure wombs. He said, until I came forth from these two parents of mine, and there was never any fornication in my lineage. So then now the reader is reading with the chain to the book of Sheikh Abdullah Ba'rat's, the Hikam al-Ta'iyya, with Habib Omar's sanad. Habib Omar is commenting. No, excuse me, he's just correcting the grammar of the reader. So he is reading the aphorism. He's reading the aphorism, glory to the one who did not lead or direct to he's saying glory to the one who did not make and give an indication of his awliya, except from the point of giving an indication of himself, and did not make anyone reach him except those who he willed to make reach him. I believe that's where he stopped. I believe that's where he stopped. No. So the reader's reading from the commentary, and he's going somewhat quickly. So we're going to wait for Habib Omar's commentary.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ورضي الله عنكم إلى أن قال أرواحهم عمد السماوات العلوية، وأشباحهم رواسي الأشباح الأرضية، وأنفاسهم مجاري الأقدار، وتمتد عنها ساعات الليل والنهار، وبها تدور الدوائر الفلكية، وتجري الأرزاق المائية إلى الأرواح الهوائية والترابية والمعدنية والنبات والحيوان، وتثبت بوجودهم الأديان، وتقوم ظواهر الأبدان مظهر سر رحمانيته ومشهد سر أنسه، ولكنه سبحانه بحكمته ورحمته بخليقته سترهم، إذ لو أظهرهم وبسره أشهرهم لما كان لأحد أن يأتي على خلاف ما أشاروا إليه، ولو أتى ذلك فقد باء بغضب من الله، ولما كان لأحد عليهم نعمة يتقرب بها إليهم، ولهلك كل من احتقر وفي إجلالهم قصر في حال وقته، ولم يؤجر من اصطنع إليهم معروفا، لأنهم مظهر ألوهيته وبواطنهم تجلي هويته.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ورضي الله عنكم. فأين من تمده ومن أنت تخاطب، وبين يدي من تحاور، وإلى من.
So again, Habib, this is a long aphorism. The commentary on it's very important, and it's somewhat obscure. So we're waiting for Habib Omar to comment.
ما ذكرنا أشار الشيخ أبو العباس المرسي رضي الله عنه حيث قال: لو ظهر سر الولي لعبد لو ظهر سر الولي لعبد لو ظهر سر الولي لعبد فهم العرائس المخدرون في حجال الأنس ومخادع الحضرة بنظر الله بسر عين ينظر الله بسر عنايته وتوالي أنوار نظرات، وينادون في الأقطار بالتحيات عليهم من الله أفضل السلام والبركات، تخف به المنن والألطاف في السر والعلن، وتشمل به حضر المواهب السنية والفتوحات الهنية. ولي في ذلك قوم إلى الملأ الأعلى تشوفهم تظهر لهم في رياض القرب آيات.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا دجى الليل تلقى حين تسمعهم إلى مليك لهم في الذكر رنات، وفي القلوب لواعج شوق سيدهم، والوجد يبدي ويجري فيض عبرات. تسمع زفيرا إذا أرخوا أعنتهم من النحيب، وفي أحيان أنات. فلهذا السر العجيب والنازح الغريب والأهل الغريب سبح المؤلف في ذلك متعجبا، وله متطلبا، مع أنه ما غاب فيطلب ولا ظهر فيطلب ولا ظهر فيعرب، بل هو الموجود وما سواه مفقود. واعلم أن الاطلاع على أضرب من حيث الكشف، فمنه ما هو على الآيات والمعاني، ومنه ما هو على الغيوب الخمسة: الغيب العرشي، والغيب الكرسي، والغيب الملكوتي، والغيب الجبروتي، والغيب السماوي. وكل غيب من هذه الغيوب يظهر شاهده في الدار الآخرة صورة تشاكله، وفي عالم الدنيا تظهر صورة ممزوجة بما لا يؤتي كشفها على التمام. فلذلك مظاهر في الإنسان والغيب الإنساني إذا كشف أدركت فيه سائر العوالم، وقد يكشف عن العوالم هذه ولم يدرك كنها عالم الإنساني. لذلك قال المؤلف رضي الله عنه: ربما أطلعك على أسرار ملكوته وحجب عنك الاستشراف على أسرار العباد.
لا إله إلا الله تعالى في علاه يقول: قوم ممن جعلهم الله له خاصة، أظهرهم له دون أن يظهر.
Forgive the delay. Habib's going to comment. He said there are people who Allah made elect, and He would not expose those to others, so no one knows them except Him. And between them, he said, their secrets are covered from the angels, much less from others than them. And then Allah Himself cares for their affairs. They are concealed in protection, and their souls experience the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they are absent from the creation, unaware of the creation, because of their presence with the light of the throne of Allah. They have no attention or news of them reaches anyone other than them. They do not witness anyone other than Him. May Allah's good pleasure be upon them. Those are from the people of the seat of truth. They're in the maq'ad of sidq, in the seat of truth, with an all-powerful king, as Allah describes at the end of Surah An-Najm. They're in the seat of truth that has been illumined by the lights of being with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah join us with them. We ask Allah to join us with them. By your mercy, O most merciful. He said, those are from the elect of the awliya, from the select of the awliya. May Allah be well pleased with them, Jalla Jalala wa Ta'ala fi ula. Imam Haddad said in that regard, speaking to the people of nearness, I see if life, if devoid of a connection to you, death is happier. Who would I be if I wasn't connected to you? You are my aim. And he said, they're Allah's, what Allah wills from the creation, so they are His aim. His aim is Allah's aim. Through your love, hearts are given life. And by nearness to you and a connection to you, the spirits experience bliss. They want to test us through the bliss of the bodies, and the bodies can only experience pleasure through what Allah has made permissible, and that is a and he said, the pleasure of the bodies is a pathway to what's beyond it. But if it's forbidden, that will be a cause of deprivation. He said the spirit experiences bliss through what? Nearness to you. Through nearness to you and a relationship to you, the spirits are given pleasure. And the pleasure of the spirit is higher than that of the body. Its pleasure in nearness to Allah is above all food, drinks, marriage, vehicles, everything. That is the sweetest of things. In your nearness and a connection to you, the spirits are given bliss. And where is that? Fi maq'ad sidq, in the seat of truth that has been illumined by the lights of being with Allah, the sovereign king, the all-powerful king. So Allah attributed them to Himself and referenced their nearness to Him. And this is the final verses of Surah An-Najm. And that's referring to the seat of truth that has been illumined by the lights of being of witness, being with the all-powerful king. And Imam Haddad said, oh Lord, so connect us with them, unite us with them. So the commentator Dowra said, knowing the awliya, for the one who wants to travel their path and follow their steps, is from the most select of what a seeker is favored with. If Allah wishes to bring you near, he'll bring you near to those he has brought near to him. If Allah wants to distance you, he'll put you with those that are exiled. And that's sufficient as an expedited punishment prior to the hereafter. He said they were veiled, and the veil is sufficient as a punishment. They persisted in sins, and if only they had repented after that. What's the benefit of having a pleasant life if there's punishment in the hereafter? He said, from Allah's favor upon you, he will let you know his nearness. He said, from the best thing that Allah favors a seeker, how do they see the awliya? He said that Allah will let that seeker witness their divine election, their khususiyah, they're being selected by Allah. And if Allah wants to veil them, he will conceal from them the secret of Allah's selection in the prophets and awliya, and all they'll see is their humanness. This person who's distant, he said, all humans are at the same level. They eat just like humans eat. Shall we make those who believe and perform pious deeds like those who are wretched in the world, corrupt in the world? So the secret of Allah's selection appeared to Abu Bakr. So he became totally in love with the Prophet ﷺ, and others were present like Abu Jahl. They just saw his humanness. They said that he was Ibn Abi Kabsha, right? The son of Abi Kabsha, who was, my memory doesn't fail me, the husband of Halima Sa'diyah. So some of the prophets, though, he said, we're humans like you. However, Allah favors who he wills of his slaves. We would not bring you any verse except with Allah's permission. Upon Allah we depend. And we will indeed be patient with your mistreatment. And upon Allah, those who depend. However, they were stubborn. The disbelievers said to their messengers, we'll drive you out of this land of ours. And then support came from the one. Allah said, we will destroy the wrongdoers and make you dwell in the land after them. This wasn't only for the messengers, and those who are true and following them. Everyone who opposes them or shows enmity to them, they're defeated. That is for the one who fears my station, fears my punishment. La ilaha illallah. Every time a nation came to the messenger, they said they're only humans. They denied the messengers. They said that he's a sorcerer, crazy, a liar. He said there are people who transgress, turn their backs upon them, and remind them, for surely reminding benefits the believers. He said, and remind, for surely reminding benefits the believers. He said, so knowing the secret of Allah's selection is very obscure. It's obscured from the eyes. No one attains it except through, or it's not attained except through the light of faith and the rising of the lights of gnosis and comprehending the message. He said that the minds are dumbfounded by his light. We ask Allah to make us firm, gaze to us, pardon us, give us tawfiq, gaze to us, give us what you love from us and are pleased with. And he asked the singer to sing, and forgive us today was somewhat obscure. And even Habib was somewhat light in his commentary.
قال الفتى الهاشمي دمعي يسيل على ليالي تصافي الماضية على ليالي تصافي الماضية أوقات فيها التهاني والجميل عسى تعود علي بالعافية عسى تعود علي بالعافية أيامنا في حمى أحبابي نزيل أيامنا في حمى أحبابي نزيل عيني تشوف الوجوه الراضية عيني تشوف الوجوه الراضية ليلي وصبحي وفجري والأصيل ليلي وصبحي وفجري والأصيل مرتاح وسط الجنان العالية مرتاح وسط الجنان العالية حيا المنازل ومن فيها نزيل حيا المنازل ومن فيها نزيل مرت علينا بعيشه صافيه مرت علينا بعيشه صافيه داروا بها الكاتب الكاس والحاسد ذليل داروا بها الكاس والحاسد ذليل مطرود يا ليت تلو في الهاوية مطرود يا ليت تلو في الهاوية مسكين أنا في الهوى قلبي عليل ودمعتي فوق خدي جارية ودمعتي فوق خدي جارية متى بالرضا نلقى الخليل متى بالرضا نلقى الخليل ليلو على الخلق همه عالية ليلو على الخلق همه عالية المصطفى الهاتب الهادي الدليل المصطفى المجتبى الهادي الدليل طه بذكره ختام القافية طه بذكره ختام القافية
آمين.
جنة القوم